Okay, so random horse's spine, cervical vertebra, thoracic vertebra, lumbar vertebra, and that's all I've got. Horses don't bend by doing that. They don't bend straight. The ribs attach to the top here, and then they attach in the middle. Where are we? There. So they actually attach between two vertebrae. So that stops the spine being able to bend laterally that way. It can't do it, there's a rib in the way. Every join between the two vertebrae, there's a rib attached at the top and into there. So it simply cannot bend that way, it doesn't happen. If you look in between them, I don't know if you can see, but there's a rounded edge and a hollow. So it's a little bit like a low-grade ball and socket. So although it can't bend that way, what it does is it sort of rolls around itself, a little bit like half a tennis ball. It rolls around the turn itself. So it doesn't bend that way, it rolls. And the idea is that the whole spine comes the same way as the bend. What happens a lot of the time is the withers go to the outside, so it still is bending, but it's bending by leaning the withers the wrong way. That's what we call inverted rotation, and that'll go through the whole spine, and it'll end up lifting the inside hip and dropping the outside hip. The whole point of lateral work is to get the bend going in the direction of travel, which lowers the inside hip because the whole spine bends in the same direction. So when you're sitting on him, you need to you'll feel that the withers will tend to bend one way more than the others. They'll tend to go in one direction more than the others. We sit about T9 to T14, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is where this is obviously a very small horse. The main way to the rider is, we can go back to T16, you don't want to go beyond T18, but most saddlers say T16. So this very small area, and in that small area you can actually feel whether the withers are going to the outside or the inside. They must go to the inside. You control that with pressure of your inside thigh and your outside thigh, your inside calf, and also balancing the neck. So lateral bending, which is that. They can only do it coupled with rotation, and the rotation is this idea that the vertebrae go around each other like that. They don't bend against each other like that. So hopefully that gives you an idea of rotation. So inverted rotation, the horse is still bending to the left, but the withers are going off to the right, so the whole horse's body is twisted. So true rotation, the horse is bending to the left and the withers are going to the left. The movement is tiny, but if you actually ride and maybe rest your knuckles on the withers, you'll feel they'll go more one way than the other. And then it's your job to guide those withers to be absolutely upright, and if anything, slightly bent in the direction of the bend that you're working on that particular horse on that particular moment.